Hello and welcome to this inter-VLAN routing tutorial. My name is Linus.
My name is Carl, and we will be what's shown here right now. It's the end result of the VLAN routing.
So what we are supposed to be able to do is we could ping from this computer to this server, or we can ping from this server to this computer. So I'm just gonna show you how it's that it's gonna work. So let's ping to the server from this one, and we have this IP address for the server, and it's probably gonna take some time because we just started this document. Yeah, as you can see here, it delivers. If we would do it again, it wouldn't time out here, but yeah, it works. So this is how it's gonna look, and we will be closing this one and opening the tutorial document.
And now we have already put out our components, and we will start to configure our switch 1, and right now it's switch 0, and we will be doing the basic configuration of a switch.
Yeah, and keep in mind we have connected these crossover copper wires with these Ethernet ports, 3 to 3, 4 to 4 on this one, and on this side it's FA1 to 3 on this switch down here, and the second one is is 2 to 4, and on this it is 1 to 2 and 2 to 1, and from this one it's 5 to 0.1, and here we have 0.0 to, yeah, the only one. So let's begin on this switch. So we left click on it, and as we will see here, you're gonna be here, but we're gonna go into the command line interface, which is here. It stands for CLI. So now we're gonna see this. We press enter, and now we should be able to type enable, or EN for short. So now we come into another mode of the configuration. We type in conft, which stands for configured terminal, and now we're in the config mode of the switch.
And right now we'll change the host name. So what we need to do is write host name and pick the name you want to have. And
Yeah.
right now we're going to change it to S1 0 S0 S0.
So now it changed to switch 0, which we can see here. And we're going to continue by typing in enable secret class. And what this does, it instead of using enable password here, it's gonna encrypt the password, which is class here. So if we would have put in enable password, it would be seen in clear text, but now it encrypts the password. So we press enter, and after this we type in no IP domain dash lookup, and what this does, it tells the switch to not look for an IP domain, and what this does, it tells the switch to not look for a domain IP. So we press enter.
Now we're gonna pick a default gateway, and we will be using 192.168.99.1 for our default gateway. So we will be writing IP default dash gateway and our IP address,
which was 192.168.99.1, and then we press enter.
And now we will be if this was a physical switch, we will now pick a line for our cable. If we want to configure it, we'll pick a line for our switch.
Yeah, and the interface for configuring a physical switch would usually be console line. So what we type here is line console, and it's probably gonna be 0. So we type in that. Then we're gonna get into this. We see line here, config line. So we're configuring this line. So we're gonna type in password Cisco, and what this does, it basically puts password as a Cisco. So you could put anything in there, but we're gonna use Cisco. Enter and log in, which like clarifies that we are gonna log in with this password, and enter again. Now we're changing to line VTY 015.
And this is for if you will want to remotely configure the switch.
So we press enter and type in the same password Cisco. It should be the same because why keep track of other, different passwords when you can have the same. So press enter and log in as before. And now we're basically finished, but we're gonna type end to get back to the switch and press enter again. So now we're in the enable mode again, but now we're gonna type copy running config, and this copies the running config, which is this, where we just config this, and then we can name it to whatever we want, but we're gonna use startup-config, and we press enter. Then it's gonna ask us if this is the right. We type enter again, and now it's done.
Now we have done basic setup of our switch, and now we'll be doing our more advanced stuff. And we will start by configure our VTP for our switch. And first we need to choose if this switch is going to be a client or a server. And first we need to get into the config by writing conft in short. And we will start by picking if this is server or client, and we'll be doing that by writing VTP mode server.
Now it's said that it's already, this device, this switch, is already VTP server, and it's because it's the first switch we configured and we placed it out first. But yeah, we typed in this mode server, and we continue by typing in VTP domain, and we're using this domain here, VTP domain PSEE. Enter.
And remember, all your switches need to be in the same domain to be able to communicate with each other.
And we're gonna continue by typing in VTP password Cisco, and this is if you want to configure the VTP domain afterwards when we're finished by configuring. So we press enter, and setting device VLAN database password to Cisco. So that's successful, and now we can type in end. So the VTP domain is configured.
And now we need to trunk our switches.
And we do that by interfacing some ports. But first we need to type in conft to get into the configure mode. And then we interface the ports we want to configure. So remember, we have 24 ports on this, where only some are available. So conft, and we type in interface, or int for short, fa0 dot int range to get into a range of ports, fa0 forward -1 -5, which means we're gonna interface the range of Ethernet port 125, and we press enter. So now it says interface range. And what we are supposed to write now is switch port mode trunk, which tells us that the switch ports are now gonna be in trunk mode. And as you could see when I pressed enter, all the Ethernet ports changed state to up, and that's good.
We will also be making our native VLAN in our switch, and we will be doing that by writing switch port trunk native VLAN 99. We'll be using 99 as our VLAN, native VLAN.
And enter. And we type in no shutdown, which will tell the native VLAN to be up. And end. So now the trunking for those 5 ports are done. And we continue by configuring VLANs to the switch. So we type in conf t, and we basically like choose the VLANs. So now we have VLAN 99. We just type in VLAN 99 because that's our native. So VLAN 99 in the conf t mode. Enter. So now we're in config VLAN. We changed the name of it. So name, and we're gonna use management for this one. Enter. And exit. So that's basically it. But we're gonna choose 3 more VLANs. So we use VLAN 10. Type in VLAN 10. Config VLAN there. Name, and we use that's just a thing that happens. So we type in name, and we're gonna use this lärare, and this is like teacher in Swedish, but we use this name lärare, and exit.
And we'll be using 10, 20, and 30, and now we'll change the name on the VLAN 20. And we'll be using name 14EE. Now exit. And we will be changing name on VLAN 30, so VLAN 30. Name guest. And end.